Can you hear me? Do you have some complaints over here? You have complaints, sounds like already. My watch says we're right exactly on time. My name's Ted Schucker. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the vehicle chief engineer for the Corvette and vehicle line director. To my right is Harlan Charles. To our extreme right, we have a couple of folks from design, Kirk Benyon, exterior design, and Craig Sass, interior design. We're happy to be here today. We have a lot of news for 2012 on the Corvette. We always tell folks you got to come to the birthday bash if you want to hear the latest and greatest, what's coming out, what's coming up. We come down here to pick up our capture test fleet car. So we make a dual purpose trip out of it. We build some early 2012 or whatever the next model your car is. We on the program team, we come out, pick them up, and we drive them for a few months before we do the plant changeover in July and start making customer cars. That makes absolutely sure the whole production system, the ordering system, getting all the material, the right parts on the right car. We test that all out as part of our manufacturing validation, and we build these early production cars, and then we test drive them for you on your behalf. It's tough. Really tough we command a high salary to do this because it's really extremely tough. We want to make sure the cars are perfect before we send them out to dealers and to real customers' hands. So. Like I said, we have a lot of news. We're only going to share part of it at this reveal. And some of it's been announced already, but probably none of you have seen the cars in person, so we want to show them. We have 3 examples here of what we're calling our Centennial edition, our special car for 2012. We're introducing it as kind of the flagship for the celebration of Chevrolet's 100th anniversary. So 100 years ago this year, Louis Chevrolet went into business. Not many people know it, but he was a fairly esteemed race car driver and designer. Really put his heart and soul into kind of the technical aspects of the car. And if he was alive today, he'd be proud to see that the company bearing his name lasted 100 years and was producing cars like these. So I think the first thing we want to do is so we can talk about some of the details on it. We want to unveil them, so we want to get some help here unveiling. So we got a couple of volunteers over here, I think. They have this car. Well, this car, we're going to start on the end.
You should do this one first. In the middle.
Where do you want to do the middle one first? Hang on a second, guys. Why don't you come over here in the middle so everybody can see. We'll start right in the middle. This one off.
Let's go front to back.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, for those of you who can't see it, it is a black car. It's a very special black called Carbon Flash. The folks on this side that can see the sun reflecting on it, you can see it has a lot of metal in it, a lot of luster. It's a very special black car. You can see it inside the depth of the paint. You can see how much metal flake is in it. Out here in the sun, it's very obvious. Inside the plant, it's not obvious at all. It looks like a black car. And we've talked about this car already, and there's been some people commenting that they'd like a straight, traditional black car. We've made black cars for a long time. For the period that we're making this vehicle, we're actually not going to produce the other black. And there's a very good reason for that. Inside the walls of Bowling Green, you can't tell the difference. There's no sun in there, and so black looks like black. And so, as you know, when you have multiple cars going down the line, we build the car and we put the body panels on late after the car is built. It's unusual, but it's very good for quality. That means there's no risk of getting the panels scratched or marred. But the bottom line is when you can't tell a carbon flash panel from a black panel, you can end up with the car off the end of the line that has 2 different colors, and you wouldn't notice it until you come out here in the sun. So we got a very special color for this very special car. And there's a lot of other interesting details, and that's why we have both interior and exterior design folks here to talk about it. But I'd like to start by turning it over to Harlan to talk about kind of the overall availability and the scheme of how this car is going to be offered for 2012. But should we unveil the others first? Okay. Where's our help? We're going to start down here. Want to do this one? This one looks very similar. It's a Grand Sport convertible. Okay, guys, now one. Oh, got some other guys? Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for your help.
Go grab the front corner on that side, you grab this side, and just walk around.
So if you're not getting the message here, the bottom line is this is not one particular car. We're celebrating 100 years of Chevrolet with the whole portfolio of Corvettes. So I'm going to let Harlan talk a little bit more about the detail of why that is and how it's going to get to your dealer.
Okay, thanks. And like Ted said, you see, you have three examples here of the Chevrolet Centennial Edition, and you know, it's not very often you turn 100 years old, and one of the things we really wanted to let people know about is Louis Chevrolet as a race car driver. We wanted to do a car that was a worthy tribute to him as a race car driver and a pioneer in racing. You can go on YouTube or on the internet and look at some of the pictures of him at racing and see how tough those guys were back then. So we wanted to do a car with a lot of racing influence. And we wanted to do a car to show, you know, Chevrolet as a company, founded by a race car driver, I think 100 years ago. The only other one that comes to mind that was founded by somebody racing is Ferrari. There's very few companies that have that in their roots, in the beginning. And of course, Corvette is the ultimate of that performance heritage that Corvette has. So the cars we have here on display, we have the Grand Sport convertible. We have the Z06. Now, did anybody see the Barrett Jackson auction that was recently? What we auctioned off was a car like this one. It's a Z06, and what you can get on these cars, you can get the different options that are available. So this has, we're going to talk about this more. This has the Z07 performance option on the car, and it has a carbon fiber raised hood also. So you see some of that stuff. You can get those options on the car. And here, of course, we have the 01. But you can get a Centennial Edition on the regular coupe and convertible, in both Grand Sports, Z06 and Z01, across the lineup. This will be available. And this will be for 1 year only. You know, some people were asking me, oh, you guys got rid of black? How did you do it? You know, it's 1 year only, 2013, and got rid of black back. So we want to do something very special for 100. To really commemorate that as well. And some of the features that come on the car, all the cars that get the Centennial, Chevrolet Centennial package, it'll be available in the 3LT, at least the 3LT, 4LT, and of course in the top Z06s and Z01s. It will come with magnetic selective ride control, and it will come with the red painted calipers that keep the black with red highlights on the video. So that's an important thing. We are going to make, though, they will come with the satin black wheels, but we are going to have a chrome wheel option. If you prefer chrome wheels, you'll be able to get that with chrome also. But to get more at the design influence on the exterior and the interior, I'm going to turn it over to start with Kurt, how you got the exterior design.
How you doing? Good morning, everybody. First of all, whenever we get into a special edition, we always like to look at the exterior color for opportunities. And you know, for black, I would say in Corvette, it's one of our best sellers. And typically we'll do a new color, a new intro or something, but we wanted to do something that we felt would fall in a lot of favor. We felt that the carbon flash paint, this metallic black, was a good choice. Here again, we celebrate the Centennial. And you've heard me say that, you know, when we look at the Centennial images of Louis Chevrolet, you know, of course we're all black and white, next to all his cars were black and white, but we always thought those were very compelling images. And so here again, starting with the black metallic paint was key. The satin black, you know, having that contrast is really important to us as well. And it's a tone on something. but we feel there's a lift system to that too. You'll notice on the V-pit and the rear quarter and on the convertible, that we have a 100 Centennial decal there as well. Along with this package, we wanted just a taster add of red, and that's why you see all the brake calipers are red, and then the red stripe, which you see on the new cut wheel, which is here on the 06 and the 01. The GS gets Chevrolet Centennial lettering on its wheels, and then the base coupe and convertible, a little bit of red stripe wheel, a little bit like the cup wheel. It's just one size down. And here again, the finish on the wheel is a satin black. It's designed to match the stripe. Now the red stripe on these wheels, I'm going to tell you the way we get to that is we actually paint the wheel red, and then they'll come back, paint the wheel black, and then they're carefully machining off the outer layer of black to expose the red. So you can imagine the wheel one has to be very precise to do that, but it tells you the accuracy as to which we're working with on these wheels. And with that said, I'd like to turn that over to Craig Saff to talk about the interior.
Thanks, Kurt. Hey, thanks for having me out. This is the first year that I've really been involved heavily in this, and we've been working with Tad and the team now for about 3 years. And it's a real honor to be here and talk to all of you. I've had a chance to meet with a lot of you at kind of the personal level today, and the enthusiasm is fantastic. It's very infectious. As Kurt said, we worked on the interior on this, and what we really have done here is taken the lead that Kurt laid down on the exterior of Harley and just kind of followed through with that. So what you're going to see in here is a lot of suede, which we introduced last year on the Carter model, and that seems to be very successful, and we like that. There's a new wheel for 12. We'll talk all about that tomorrow, but you'll see that on the 12 cars over here in the news. We carried through the black and the red theme. You'll see red stitching with the black leather. Excuse me. The one thing you're not going to see in these cars are the new seats. Now, the new seats over here on the table. This is a lease that is going to be in the 12 model year. The two on the table here are black and suede, but there's going to be some details on those for the Centennial that we weren't going to see, such as the crest. We've got some embroidered logos on that and the red stitching. We've also done a new satin black center trim plate to match the satin black accents on the exterior of the car. So there's not a lot more to say about that other than it's just a fantastic car, bit of a sinister vehicle, and it was a lot of fun working on this with Kirk and the team. Thank you.
Our main purpose for this little unveiling was to show you the Centennial car here. As I said, we have lots of news, some of which is already shown on these cars. We just came out of a seminar with Michelin talking about the new Pilot Sport Cup tires. Astoundingly capable tires. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, Harlan, in fact all of us, will be in the theater and we'll be spending a lot of time going through all the 2012 changes, and there's a lot. In addition to the full special anniversary, don't get the impression those seats are just for the special anniversaries. Those seats will be across the board. There's numerous interior upgrades. Craig mentioned the steering wheel. The audio system is also upgraded. There's a whole bunch of product improvements that we'll be detailing tomorrow. So I invite you all to come, invite you all in for a closer inspection of these cars. They're really special, and Harlan, have you put any limit on the number of things people can order? Absolutely unlimited. Dave Chapman and the plant staff are gearing up for additional production, maybe some overtime.
Three per person.
Okay, there's got to be some limit, so it's no more than 3 per person. And so everybody has 3 minimum ways to limit. Okay. So anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate you coming. We had great weather. I don't know how many of you guys are here last year. How many of you were here last year? So the weather's way better. You don't have to worry about floods. Don't have to hide your Corvettes in secret garages. You can have them out here shining in the sun. Yes, it's Louis Chevrolet smiling down on us and making sure we have a great weekend. So we'll be around all weekend. Happy to talk to you. Love the look of your car, and love to have you guys come take a look at these beauties. Thanks.